Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I am an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a life path guide and mentor, here to help you along your awakening journeys that you can co-create the life of your dreams. I help people from all over the world take a look at their inner world. We are taking a mirror, right? And we're looking at ourselves. We're looking at how we are thinking, feeling, and being. And from that state, we tend to take action, right? We think a thought, it generates a feeling. That feeling draws us to go do something. So when we're manifesting, it is so important to be the mirror, to be constantly reflecting and seeing what you're thinking, feeling, doing, and being. And a lot of times we fall off the dance floor with the universe, as I like to call it, which is you don't need to be high vibe and, buzzing all the time, but we do not want to be focusing on what we don't want. So if you can imagine a flashlight in your mind and you are pointing that flashlight on certain thoughts throughout the day. And this is something that I do all the time with my clients in my mentorship. And if you feel called to work with me, everything is below. But I coach women for about 8 weeks. And we sit on Zooms once a week and we identify what their flashlight is focused on. And I look and ask them, like, what are your routines like? Where are you going at 3 p.m. during the day? How are you thinking and feeling at work? And then I start to deconstruct their old patterns and we plant new ones. And one of the patterns is seeing where your flashlight is. What are you focused on? Let's check in every hour and ask ourselves, what was I just thinking? What was I just focusing on? Because whatever you focus on, you create more of. So if you can slowly become the master of looking at yourself and saying, okay, where was I just then? What was I just thinking and feeling? How does my body feel right now? What can I put in my body that will make me feel better? And can I get out in nature to allow myself to feel better if I'm not, right? So when we're manifesting, we really want to be aware of what we're focused on. That flashlight is everything, okay? And a lot of times I teach my mentorship clients to blank out their mind. And I know this might seem hard for some people, but if you are thinking about something that is not favorable in your life, if you're thinking about how, say somebody has $200 in their bank account, that feeling when you go to that thought and you're like, oh my gosh, I just remember what my bank account looks like. How am I going to make more money? How am I going to get this money for this? Da, da, da. And you're just like, you're feeling that I'm talking about. As soon as you think the thought, there's a feeling, right? So what I like to teach my clients is you're always going to think that thought, right? But how quickly can you bounce out of it? You think it and say, nope, I'm not thinking about that right now, because that feeling does not generate more income. That feeling generates more lack. So we have to catch it and say, okay, let me just blank out my mind. I don't need to place a new thought and say I'm a millionaire, because sometimes it's hard to step into that feeling of being a millionaire when you just looked at your bank account. So when you're looking at your bank account, blank out your thoughts and say, okay, I don't need to think about this right now. Let me just focus on the present moment. What do my hands need to be doing right now? Can I maybe go do the dishes? Maybe I'm driving a car. Let me just focus in the present moment on what I'm doing. And what I'm doing right now is I'm creating a video for all of you. So I'm focused on that. What you're doing right now is you're listening to this video. And maybe you're multitasking. So what are you doing? Are you folding laundry? Are you on a walk? Are you at work? Are you on your drive to work? Be where you are. So you're thinking the thought about the bank account, and then you're saying, nope, choosing differently. I don't want to generate that feeling. And you put it on a shelf. And then you go to, what am I doing right now? I'm driving. Okay, let me just drive. Let me find a good song on the radio. Let me put the window down because it's beautiful outside and I want to feel this breeze. You get to the red light and you see someone walking and you say, you know what? I hope they have a great day. Then a car pulls up next to you and you see that they have their blinker on and you're like, okay, buddy, you can go in front of me. And you just start to be so, so incredibly present. Now, when that happens, where was your mind? Your mind was just focused on the now, and it's not focused on resistance. So you just learned how to release resistance without having to do anything, okay? So if you can stay in this state of being, where you're in the moment, observing everything, being kind, letting people go in front of you, wishing well for people, the universe sees you and it sees you thriving, and you're so calm and you're peaceful and you're not resistant. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're in the flow. And normally, when you're in this state, you might see an angel number. You might hear a song on the radio that says a lyric and it was a thought that you were just thinking. And now all of a sudden you're like, wow, this feels really good. And then the mind is going to want to go back to the bank account and it's going to say, oh, maybe I'm going to get money for that bank account. And you just say, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to go back to the present moment. And this is being moved. You're allowing your now moment to move you. Okay. So you're taking what comes to you. You see a car pull up next to you. You're going with the thought about the car and you're making sure it's a positive thought. You are getting a text from a family member and it's a negative one, and you're choosing, I'll respond to that later when I'm in a different state of mind. So you become the master of the moment. And when you live life from moment to moment to moment, you're in the now. Guess what happens? You're on the dance floor. There doesn't have to be any more efforting. You don't have to do any more affirmations. You've now released the resistance and you can rise to the dance floor and start receiving. Now, you won't receive anything unless you've placed an order. So, say the night before you were doing your affirmations, you were doing your imaginal acts before bed, maybe you were journaling for 2 days that you want a certain amount of money, and now you let it go and you just forgotten about it. And now you're living in the present moment, feeling calm, feeling happy, feeling joyful, seeing angel numbers, synchronicities, you're on the dance floor. And then all of a sudden your manifestation drops in because you weren't the old you. The old you would have been on that drive thinking about your bank account, obsessing about it, wondering how can you make more money? You're going into the future and you're seeing the worst case scenario. Oh, I'm going to get evicted, or oh, this is going to happen. And see how the mind creates momentum in the wrong direction. Whereas you caught it in the first 10 seconds. You caught the thought and you said, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to be in the present moment. And when you all can learn to live this way, it is so fun and effortless and easy. And I'm telling you, manifestations will drop in the more consistent that you are in the now moment. All the spiritual teachers teach it, including me. I can call myself a spiritual teacher now. 6 years ago, I always wanted to be a spiritual teacher on YouTube, helping people understand signs and synchronicities and how life works. And I've learned to master the art of being in the flow. Flow state is when everything comes to you, and flow state is being in the now. And as soon as you see the mind drift, you say, nope, not going there. I trust that if I am meant to create more income, or if I am meant to apply to a job, it will come into my field. It is not going to be me sitting in my car forcing an idea to come to me when I need it, right? That's ego. Ego wants to find a solution. Soul wants to be led to the solution. So to be led, we have to be in the now moment. So this is a huge piece of manifesting. You have to be in the flow and you have to learn to navigate the mind. And when it tries to get the best of you, and when it tries to control outcomes, force answers, and it keeps diverting back to the old pattern of what is not working. And we're going to take that flashlight and we're going to direct it on the now moment. What's in front of me? My phone's in front of me. There's roses in front of me and they smell so beautiful. Boom. All of a sudden, I'm out of thinking about my bank account. Okay. So I want you guys to practice this. If you were in my mentorship program, which I'm hoping that a lot of you guys will join, you're going to get tips like this. I'm going to give you assignments and things to practice to help you manifest everything, to help you manifest the things that you've been wanting in your life. You deserve it. You are so worthy of having it. And a lot of times it's because we're allowing the mind to drift. And we need to get stronger at that. And there's a whole slew of other things that I have my clients do in order to manifest, in order to co-create their dream life. So if you want to work with me, everything is below. But in the mentorship, I teach you these simple things to do to shift your focus, to keep you in alignment. And you check in with me each week and we go over what happened in the last 7 days. And then we analyze it, we look at the signs, we interpret it, and then we move forward. And you feel so empowered and you feel like a student again. It's like you're getting this assignment and you're doing it, and you're doing it well. And the coolest part is your reality will reflect it. So all you have to do is take my teachings, apply it, and your life will change. So remember, what you are focusing on, you are creating. We first have to become aware of what we're focusing on, then move the flashlight over to what we want to create. And then in the meantime, after we place our order, we do our DoorDash order, we are journaling, we're doing imaginal acts at night, right before we go to bed or in the morning. And then throughout the day, we are refocusing in each moment, not letting the negative thoughts take us. Okay. It takes a very, very mindful person to do this, and it takes practice, but you can do it. You are that mindful person. You are worthy of having everything. You just have to become aware of what you're telling yourself. And if you need help, book a session with me, join my mentorship. I'd be happy to be a flashlight for you and shine a light on what you've been thinking about and what you're worthy of. And we can transform you and we can transform your loved ones, because when you heal, you help others heal. Your life becomes the red carpet effect, and everyone will start to see it, and they're going to want to ask you for help. So it might actually help you start a business one day if you learn this. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I am sending you all so much love. Thank you for supporting me and my channel, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.